Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shine. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shine. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Welcome to the H.G.R.G podcast. We back with another one. DT, just Jerry. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
You was on fire. You was heating up, so we decided to keep the camera rolling. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Let's talk about it. I jump right into it.
Hey. All the subscribers are still following us.
Yeah, they still here.
They still here?
Yeah, they still here, Jerry.
All right. That's all we need. That's what we need to talk about. Other than that, Lance, go ahead.
Baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this. How do you get in the room? And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Okay. We talk to a lot of people. We listen to a lot of people. And people always want to know, how do I get started? I don't know this person. I don't know that person. I don't know where to go. Right? So how do you get in the rooms and rub elbows with people that do know what they're doing, that can guide you? Right? So, with that being said, I think there's a lot of information that needs to be said here. DT,
Absolutely.
how do you get in the room with these with people?
Before DT answers, I just want to let you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
But this is straightforward. Don't ask to be put on. Ask, how can we help? How can I help you?
Keep going, Jerry. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going.
Because when you ask to be put on, you're not looking to grow. If you're asking them, hey, what can I help you? You're already learning, because they're gonna ask you to do something that maybe you don't know, or you're gonna find out that you need to put your mind to. Once you ask them to help, you're now beneficial for them, and now they start to teach you, tell you, show you. And that is a key factor. Don't ask to be put on. Ask, how can I help?
100%.
Okay, my fault, DT.
I agree with that, Jerry, because the reality is you don't want someone coming up to you. I'm not saying with fame, we're not that, but you also don't want people coming up to you, yo, hook me up. You know what I'm saying? Throw me a house. You know what I'm saying? How I get a house? Sell me a house. Sell you a house. What are you talking about? Well, why am I selling you? What do you mean I'm selling your house? What are you talking about? Those are the wrong questions. That's the wrong approach, right? It is very true. If you know DT's story, it was, I work for free. If you know my story, it's, I'll bring my two kids into a property that's being built right now so I can learn. You know what I'm saying? If you know just Jerry's story is, I got money to do this flip. Let's go ahead. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different aspects. It's not just you want it to fall in your lap or you just want everybody to do something for you. This is not how it works. This is not how it works. But with that being said, and that great advice, Jerry, that's a great way to start off. You still don't know about real estate? You don't know whether to jump in. You don't know if you ain't got the right mindset. You don't know if it's the right time. H.G.R.G got you. We just dropped the ebook. Go check it out. It's in the description below. But DT, how do you get in those rooms? How do you rub elbows with those people that are like just Jerry, DT?
Yeah, this one falls near and dear to me. For whatever reason, it's written in my story. God has seen favor in my life that for some reason, whenever one of the greatest things, not just financially, but in life happened to me, it's because I'm in the right room. Right? I just so happen to be in the right room. I can go back to how, I met my wife. I can go back to how I got involved with real estate. I can go back to my biggest and best flip. I can go back to being introduced to different aspects of real estate and, just benefiting from that. Now on the financial side of things, it's always because I was in the right room and I was never afraid to listen. and I was never afraid to ask 1,000 questions. But more importantly, I listened, right? When you don't know nothing about what the conversation is, it's okay to be quiet. We all know that person. I had one of my family that no matter what you're talking about, he got a story, right? You could be talking about making you build glasses, right? I got a prescription of glasses that I need, and I went to the store, Lens Crafters, and I told the guy that I need this prescription, and then he comes out of the store. Oh yeah, when I was in high school, I was building frames at 13 years old. What? And then at the same conversation, he's a plumber, and then after that, he builds computers, and then after that, he's a rocket scientist. Like listen, it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be quiet. You know what I mean? You never know who's in this room, and you don't know whoever's in this room who they know.
That's a fact.
Right? So, just an example. And when we say get in the room, right? It could be something as simple as taking your son, daughter, nephew, niece, or friend, dropping them off at a party, dropping them off at a job, dropping them off at school. And you may walk into the office to sign them into school. And in that hallway, there may be a person there listening to your phone call that you may be talking about a real estate transaction. You may be talking about walking dogs is your business. I walk dogs for people who don't want to walk their own dogs. And you're on the phone talking to a client about going to the house to walk a dog. And they may be like, oh, you walk dogs? And you never know. They might got 7 dogs that they need. They may be snowbirds that they even come and go. And this is the next big lick. So just, you never know who you're in front of. So I say treat every room like it's the room.
Yeah.
Right? Because you never know who you're in front of. Perfect example. Another one. Again, I got thousands of stories and I won't bore you, but
let's keep it to like 2 or 3.
Just recently, I was looking for a storage facility for my business to park vehicles and store some stuff. So nevertheless, I called people who I thought would know, maybe somebody who has a storage facility. I called my electrician friend. Maybe he did some electrical work for a guy who owns a warehouse who may be renting it that he knows about that nobody knows about. I looked on Facebook Market, and I called everybody. Just so happened to be one of my electrical friends did a job, actually gave a guy a quote for a job at his warehouse. And he told him while he gave him that quote, I'm renting out the space if you know anybody. So he forwarded me the guy's information. I call the guy. I go look at the space. We start talking. That conversation leads into probably one of the greatest conversations I've had in the last 5 to 10 years. And little do you know, it goes from me renting space in his building to now managing the building and then, possibly being in conversations to purchase the building. And I mean, how this happened is because we're just talking about space. And I mentioned to him, I said, somebody told me about a facility like this, that they were going to do a grow facility in here. They were going to go grow cannabis in here. And I said, I don't know if it's this building, but I remember him saying something about in this neighborhood. And he was like, yeah, who told you that? So I told him the guy's name. So when I told him the guy's name, he said, yeah, I know who he is. And he kind of paused and he waited to see what I was going to say about that guy. Because most people who talk about that guy talk negatively about him.
Negative.
So I don't have a negative experience with that guy, though. I've been dealing with that guy for 15 years. He's been good to me. I don't have anything negative to say. Even if he did do something negative to me, this just goes to show you that you should shut your mouth. So I spoke well of him, right? And I kept it short and I kept it sweet. We walked 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, 2 more minutes down the stairs. He had the guy that we just talking about on speakerphone. He said, hey, I'm here at the building with this person. Then he said, oh, yeah, he's a great guy. Boom, he hangs up the phone. Now he's my new best friend. That's why Lance, we got fired.
Gotcha. So, here's the thing. I just want to let you know, don't lie to the people on the podcast, okay? You're saying you had a conversation, the best conversation the last 5-10 years when you speak to us every week. But I digress.
Yeah. And let me shed some light on that. Why do I say that? Because I'm sure there's 50,000 conversations I had it. They were probably the similar, if not better. But this conversation for me was one of the best because he started to shed some light on commercial real estate in a way that I don't know. So it was intriguing to me. And the opportunity to tap into the commercial side of things that I don't really do too often. I do commercial residential.
Correct.
I don't do commercial, right? Like full blown. Not really into that. Haven't just had the opportunity, but the conversation with this gentleman just like broadened my horizons and opened my mindset to a whole different thing. And now being in the room with that gentleman now has me back to where I started. Now I am working for him for free. I'm going to his building, doing stuff for him, showing up when he's not there. He's traveling on vacation with his daughter out of town. So Saturday and Sunday, he needs me to open up the building for him certain day. I'm there, free. He needs this, that, and I'm there, free. If I got it, he got it. That's my new best friend. But I'm soaking the game. He's
never
teaching
too
me.
big to expand.
He's teaching me. I'm learning so much from him. Just so much from him.
That's where it comes down to, man. Find your entry point.
Yeah.
Once you find that entry point, use it.
Yeah.
Wholesaling, realtors getting into the investors game. It's even content.
Yeah.
Because what we do, we put out information every day. If you could take that off my plate, now I could do other things. Correct. But I could teach you a couple things.
Correct.
So just like DT is doing right now, going there free. I'll go to your building. Don't worry about it. He's gonna do that anyway because that's what he does.
Look. Let me take it a step further.
It benefits him anyway.
Take it a step further. I know this man for 2 days, right? The second day that I met him, second day that we knew each other, he calls me midday. He says, "Are you around?" Absolutely. What's going on? Hey, I need you to meet me at this property. Now it's a residential property. I had no idea that he was into the residential, right? So I pull up there. He shows it to me. It's a duplex. It caught on fire. He had a deal with somebody where they started the work. They gutted the whole property, hacked the shit, couldn't finish it, ran out of whatever. So he said, listen.
I know that so well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got this property. This property is a thorn in my side. I've been dealing with this for 3 or 4 years. I'm under, I want more than it's worth, basically, because that's what I'm holding for. What do you think I should do with this? Because I know you're a residential guy. He said, I did some research. I think he checked up the podcast. He looked at, the company webs and all that good stuff. He asked around, whatever. So I said, okay, listen, personally, you're whatever. I gave him some advice. Let me just say that. Long story short. He said, listen, I've been trying to sell this thing for over a year. I got a lot of yeses, but no come throughs. In 24 hours, I had him in contract on a wholesale deal.
So
I wholesaled that house for him, which I could have made $5,000 to $10,000 off of him. And I could have made $5,000 off of him and $5,000 off the buyer as well, right? But what I did was I plugged him in with a friend of mine who I knew was looking for a property that I wanted to do a favor for anyway because he's a good dude. So I did a favor for a guy who's a good dude, and then I did a great deed for my new best friend that I want to do a good deed for him because I want him to teach me the game. I'm adding value. I'm showing that my value is not just being here stuck in like a third wheel. I got value too. And let me show you that I value my value so much I'm not going to charge you for it. But I'm gonna make it clear to you that I'm not charging you for it. That I could have charged you XYZ, but I'm doing it because I want to learn and I'm gonna give this back to you because I can't give you what you want for that building right now.
You just paid $5,000 for it.
Yeah, don't forget that I just gave you this for free. And I took this, he had a pain point, and I took that pain point off his lap in 24 hours.
And I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this. Every investor, every business, every movement has a pain point.
100%.
So if you could find that pain point with just asking the right questions, being in that room, you might come out winning.
Yeah. And I emphasize that I did it for free. And that's my thing. That's how I've come up in life because, God takes care of me on the back end always. But I say that because too many times we find ourselves with the opportunity, a great opportunity, right? But we get engulfed with the how does it benefit me before they even offer value. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to this, like if I meet Lance and Jerry and I'm not really familiar with what's going on here, there's so much value in what Lance and Jerry offer, but I got this opportunity. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm about to get paid. I'm about to get paper because they get paper. I'm about to get paper because if I hang around people with money, I'm going to have money eventually. So all I start thinking about is how I'm going to have is either the same money as Lance and Jerry or how I'm going to get on that trajectory, right? But I'm not thinking about how do I add value to Lance and Jerry so that whenever they get paid and whenever they keep climbing up that ladder, they see that I need Danny with me.
What's going on, world? It's the one and only Lance, 1/3 of H.G.R.G. You ain't got your membership yet? Go get you that. We hold your hand from A to Z. Our team is your team. I'm talking realtors. I'm talking financing. I'm talking property management. I'm talking about walkthroughs for your property, giving you the breakdowns, what the rents look like, how much it's going to cost, fixes, everything. We give you everything. Why don't you have yours? Go check us out right now at HGRG.club and get your membership now.
I need Danny with me because he's doing for me what nobody does for me, and there's value there. I need that.
Correct.
I need that. Correct. And he's not asking me for shit. He's not saying put me on. He's not coming to the table saying I need $5 to get to work today. Can you help me? He's saying I'm gonna get there. Don't worry about it. And do you want me to close the door for you? Do you want me to serve the coffee? You want me? I just want to be some type of value. I just want to be some type of value.
You can't get in anybody's room without value. You got to show up, stay hungry, and then find something to add value to. You're not gonna stand there, bro. If you walk into I'm like you right now, if you walk into my room, you don't add no value. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
and respect people's time.
Absolutely.
Somebody wants you to be around, and they showing you for free, or they're taking time out to kind of guide you.
Be there 30 minutes early.
Right. You got to respect their time 1,000%. And I'm gonna tell you this too. This is not a place where you fake it till you make it. Right, because you don't want to sit up here and be like, "Whoa, what do you have to invest?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got 100,000 and my credit score 867. 867 must be something new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You sitting here playing this role, and then when they go, "Oh, listen, I got this. This just came across my desk. You got 100,000. You got a great credit score. This would be great for us to partner up in." And now you can't do it. Because you bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get in the room, bullshit.
Yeah, don't oversell yourself, man. Just be yourself.
Be yourself,
and add value wherever you can. DT did not tell you, "Hey, I have $1 million." DT said, "Yo, I'll walk through your properties for you. I got you." He needed something.
Yep.
He got it. It takes me about, and I'll be in that area anyway. So fuck it. Let me do this.
Yes. Right.
If it's as value, even if it's that small little gesture right there, DT, is now, hey, I'm on vacation, and now I could depend on somebody.
Like clockwork.
You might think this is small for an investor. Yep. That time is everything. Right. So I just want you guys to understand that don't fake it like what Lance just said. Just be yourself and add value. That's it.
You gotta understand. Niche. People, not you, Jerry, Lance, myself, and then people that are even doing more. Right, heavy is the crown. Of those that are the head of their household. Not just, even their businesses or whatnot. Right. So we deal with so much, and I'm not just saying us three because we're on the screen. I'm saying anybody who has their own thing going on, whether it's you're the supervisor at your job. Or you're the owner of your business, or you're investing in other things and still working a 9 to 5, and you're still heavy as the crown, right? There's a lot that goes along with that. But when you got a person, a man or a woman who wears many hats, right? They're 95% of the people that are in their lives drain their battery. They come seeking. Kids come and take your energy. Husbands and wives, they pour into each other because when I'm weak, you're strong. You know what I'm saying? Your subordinates at work, they drain your battery. The news drains your battery. You stare at Instagrams and social media, sometimes that drains your battery. So people who wear them crowns and have tons of responsibilities, right? They're looking for somebody who can just pour into them and charge their battery, or at least not take away from it. If I could be around you and my battery's at 50%, and when we leave, it's still at 50%, I need more of you in my life.
That's value. That's value, bro.
That's a really good way to put it. I like that. That's a good way to put it for sure.
Huge value. Don't be a nuisance. Don't be a person that's just, when you're around, it's always negative Debbie Downer. Oh yeah, that must be nice. Those are some words that I can't stand. So anyway, just be. This is my philosophy, my thought process is. I value that when people are around me, that they don't drain my battery. Whether it's friends, family, coworkers, or whatnot. So I advise or emphasize, or my advice to anybody listening is to make it a conscious effort when you're around people to try not to take away from their battery, pour into them, and or don't try to draw that energy from them. You know what I'm saying? Bring some value.
I agree.
Bring some value.
I'll tell you this as well. I guess this is last. Your network is your worth. So don't think only money is your net worth. Your network is your worth. If you have the right people around you, you are that guy. You are powerful, to be honest. So put yourself in the right room, but know who you're dealing with and understand. Sometimes you may have to shut up and listen instead of being the loudest one in the room.
I'm gonna send you a video. I forgot to send it to you guys. I saw it the other day on my feed, and the gentleman said, "I get money with all of my friends. If I get money with you, you're my friend. If I don't get money with you, you're not my friend." He said, because if there's somebody that's around me that they're my friend, I want to buy from them, and I want them to buy from me. If you have a valued service, or if there's some value in you, I want to invest in that value. So I want you to be my friend because I want all of us to win.
Absolutely.
Right. You usually hear it so differently, right? Where it's like you start something and everybody wants to hook up. You're like, hook me up. But then you don't ask Gucci to hook you up. You don't ask Louis Vuitton to hook you up.
Right.
You don't ask Nike to hook you up. But I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to start something. I gotta hook you up. I'm already down and out.
Yeah.
I took a chance spending all my money and invested my money in this idea that I have, this dream I have. And now I got to give you for the discount. You should want to pay double.
Right.
Not that you have to, but you should want to. You know what I'm saying? Right. That should be the support I get from you. So it's crazy that, that example that you give me is that type of circle. Like I want everyone around me got to be getting it. Like those are my friends. Yeah. So, and it sounds good on the video. I know that's not always it, but it
doesn't always work that way. Yeah, for sure. Nice. And, even the attempt, because we all know life be life. And, there's times where friends of mine, my friends that I'm sure they tried to offer me opportunities or whatever, and I've been too naive to understand it, or I messed that package up some way, shape, form, or fashion, I'm sure. And likewise, I've offered the opportunity to other people and they haven't really done well by that in my eyes. But nevertheless, it's just as long as you try, right? As long as you try. If you got a friend that's making clothes around you, support his business. If you got, a guy who says he builds glasses and makes clothes and all, support that business too. You know what I'm saying? So that's that.
That's funny. But listen, guys, or you could just streamline all this and make it very easy for yourself and just go to H.G.R.G.club. That's all.
How do you get in our room? Book a consultation.
I tell you, great, but I'll tell you this: our network is very powerful.
It's fire.
Very powerful.
Fire.
But that's a fact. We did pay for that network, though. I'm not gonna hold you. It took a lot of money to figure it work out.
but we got it. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it now. Yeah. We got it now. But let me tell you something. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, we crawl so that you can walk.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We crawl so you can hurdle, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You can hurdle. But listen, guys, once again, make sure you check us out on HGRG.club, book your consultation, any social media, that's going to be HGRG_club. Check us out all over the internet. We're everywhere right now. Like, share, subscribe. It always helps out the channel. It's free. I always hear people say that. I always wanted to say that. It's free.
We got to try that in the beginning of the episode. So not too many people stick around to this part of the episode.
I don't
You
know
know?
why, because this information is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I checked the back office, and 60% of you guys just watch and don't subscribe.
You
I've
know,
heard all this stuff.
you know when
I have
Jerry,
no
you know when I
idea.
said he was on fire?
No.
When I said he was on fire earlier,
Yeah.
I lied. He messed that all up.
Yeah, he took that back.
So
Listen, once again, guys, from our mouths to your ears, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. What they say? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental's parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line.